Hello friends, so today I'm going to talk about how I forced my orchids to grow flowers all year round. There's so many ways that you can do that, but one of the way is that you don't cut the spike after blooming season. After blooming season, so many people say that just cut the spike right here so that your orchids will grow new spike in the next blooming season. And after blooming season, we have to take care of it because it is growing season. It needs to have more leaves and new roots. So in the next season, they will have enough energy to grow new spikes. But in so many cases, they don't cut all the spike. They just cut all the nodes that already spans flowers like this. Okay, some people cut just under this node, and after that there will be some branches growing from this type of node. You see? But in this spike, I don't cut anything. I just let it be. And here you can see that I have some more flowers right here at the top of the spike. You can see here. Okay, with this method, I want to tell you that there's some facts that you should know before you using this method. First of all, it is because of the gene of this orchid. Sometimes I did exactly the same thing for all of my orchids, but there's so many types of orchids cannot grow more buds like this, but this type of orchid can do that. So I make this every year. After blooming, they will grow more buds like this, and then you can see here they will blow more buds in the future. Just give it enough water and fertilizer. But the thing is, when you wait for the buds to develop or grow in growing season like this, you cannot expect that the flowers will be as big as the blooming season. Why? Because it's not the right time for them to grow like that. So if you do exactly what I said today, but when your flowers bloom, you see that those flowers are really small and the colors are not as bright as in blooming season. Don't blame me for that, because it is because of the gene of this orchid. It's not the right time for it to grow flowers, but we force it to grow flowers, so that's it. The most important thing that I need to tell you when you apply this method to your orchid, it is don't spray water or fertilizer on the spike. When you take care of an orchid with the spike like this, never let this spike get wet. You only water on the roots or the leaves. You may water on the leaves if you want, but be careful, because in growing season, sometimes you will see some disease, some problems, just like root leaves, root stem, or such thing like that. So be careful. The most common way to take care of your orchids is that you provide your orchids with enough water and fertilizer, but only apply all of those things to the roots. Okay? It's the safest way to take care of your orchids. If you spray to the leaves, you can see that the leaves will become really beautiful. They will become greener, sturdy, and they look really fresh. But when you spray to the leaves, it may cause some problem with the leaves and the stem, especially root stems and root leaves. So the safest way to take care of your orchids is that only provide water and fertilizer to the roots. You can prevent some disease to the leaves and stem. Okay. As you can see here, I already got problem with the leaves. I got some rot leaves here. I cut the rot part. I already cut the rot part and used limestone powder to cover the wound. And now I have to wait to see if these leaves will be okay or I will cut this leaf in the future. Let's see about that. And look at this. This one already fell off. I'm not sure about why it happened to my orchids, because I rarely use water to spray to the leaves, as you can see here. But sometimes in summer, it is summer in my country, when the temperature is really high, it will cause some problem with the orchids. So in this situation, somebody will say that this orchid is not healthy at all. You cannot let it bloom. But I still let it do what it wants. You see, there are about 4 buds, but look at these 2 buds. It's so tiny, and I don't think that it will develop well in the future. There's only these 2 looks fine. Only these 2 look fine. It will bloom in the future. Only these 2 will bloom in the future, but it's fine. If in several weeks, if this become worse, I will cut the spine to make sure that this plant can save the energy to survive, not to bloom. It depends on the condition of your orchids. If you face the same problem as me now, if your orchid is not healthy at all, don't force it to bloom all year round. But if it's healthy and you don't let it outside, you can let it inside with air conditioner. You can control the temperature, humidity. You can use fan or any type of things that can create wind inside the house to make sure that your orchids will be in a perfect condition. You can force it to grow, to bloom all year round just by keeping the spine like this. Every method has pros and cons, so I don't tell you that this is a perfect method to help you to have orchids to enjoy all year round. But this is a small tip that I want to share with you. If you like this, please let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching and see you next time.